This is the Mercedes-Benz C-Class 2.1 C200 CDI. It's the Blue Efficiency model. It's a sport with a 7G-tronic automatic gearbox, and nice to see the gear sticks in the place where it should be, not over here where I turn it off when I go to switch the wipers on. Car's done 73,532 miles. It is finished in a dark grey metallic. I think it used to be called anthracite. Whether it still is or not, I'm not sure. Urban fuel consumption is 48.3, extra urban 64.2, and combined is 58.5. So very, very economical. The least you should get is 48 miles to the gallon. 0 to 60 in 9.5 seconds. Top speed of 129 miles per hour out of a 136 brake horsepower engine. I shall just take you for a ride in it, but before I do, there we go. It's got height and reach adjustable steering wheel. It's showing that the service is overdue, but it's just not been reset by the previous people who serviced it. We are tracing the service history. Unfortunately, it's one of these cars that have got a digital service history. The owner, instead of just having a simple service book that's stamped up and that we can check, the owner gets an invoice every time he goes to the garage, and it's held on the computer at Mercedes-Benz. However, when the owner comes to sell the car, usually there's a big wallet with all invoices with the name and address, usually credit card receipts stapled to them, and the first thing to do is take them all out. So then it takes us 50, 60, 70 times longer to check the service history than it does if there's just a book and you can ring the previous owners. So stupid idea. Digital service history is absolutely worst idea in the world, but we're stuck with it. So we'll just go for a quick ride today. Bus is here trying to cock us up. That's the bus equivalent of a digital service history. You put a bus stop where there's an island in the road, so once the bus is there, nobody can get past. That's enough moaning for today, sorry. It's not a horrendously bad day in the UK today. It has been raining, snowing, sleeting, you name it, but there's a little bit of blue sky at the moment, so hopefully we can complete this drive before it throws it down again. Nice car, great spec. It has the Mercedes-Benz Artico leather seat bolsters, and the centre panels are in grey-like patterned cloth, very hard wearing. The Artico leather looks like leather, but is easier to maintain, so looks as good and easier to keep clean. We've got automatic gearbox, got paddle shift, cruise control, speed limiter. Let's just see, will these go down here? Power folding door mirrors. Just check they all work, which is one of the purposes of these test drive, to make sure everything works before we actually put them on sale. It's showing eco at the moment. We've got sports, manual and economy there, and switches. You can also knock the gear stick over and towards you to change gears. But really good gearbox in the Mercedes-Benz, so you probably do that once in a blue moon and never touch that switch again. We've got lumbar support there, the start stop, which I need to switch off because that's about as good as digital service histories. Yeah, it's off again. Whoever invented that needs absolutely flogging. Right, it's off again, on again, off again. We've got sat nav, Bluetooth hands-free. Feels like we've got a wheel wobble. Get that into drive with the paddle shift. One of those colours that they have these days that looks like they've not put enough white on and the prime is showing through. I am in a bad mood today. Slow down and we'll come off the motorway at this next junction. So we've got kind of polished aluminium spokes on the sports steering wheel, matches the insets to the dash and door cards, and also gear tunnel here. I've just knocked the eco button off, so I'm assuming that's Mercedes-Benz for the stupid stop-start button. It really amazes me why you would have such a button. In my opinion, you save a few quid on fuel, but in the process you wear out your starter motor, your flywheel, your engine mountings, clutch if you have one, or the assembly which changes gear on an automatic. It just doesn't make economic sense to me. On a manual car these days, a clutch and flywheel can be 900 quid if it's a dual mass. How much fuel can you buy for 900 quid? Really nice drive. Let's just get to the so that's one touch, knock the cruise control button up and it switches it on straight away. So just take it up a little bit, flick the switch up, that gets us to 70 miles an hour, 1600 revs, nice and quiet and smooth, but I can feel a wheel wobble through here, So if you watch this video and you come to buy the vehicle, make sure to remind us, just in case, because we're on a weekend now and I have to get it in the workshop next week. So we've got a fuel computer there in the centre. Fuel gauge on the left, coolant temperature on the right, speedo in the centre along with your fuel computer. Rev counters on the right, lights on the right. We've got automatic headlights there. I can't see if we've got auto. No, it's why you would hide the indicator behind the quarter-to-three position again is beyond me. When you have I've got a clear view here through the steering wheel of the foot brake, but I can't actually see the controls that I use all the time. I should really be in charge of car design, because the people who are doing this at the moment are making such a good job for every model, not just stuff like that. Whether it's I'm going to say whether I was I'm just an awkward height, but even so, if I was sat, the only way I'd be able to see that wiper stalk if I was driving like that. So left hand side, change down, right hand side, change up. I do prefer that to where you can do press and pull. And I do prefer automatics these days. They are so good. Why would you want to be changing gear all the time? Which is basically what you do in a manual. We've got electric boot release here, and we've also got a closing option, power close. If I was to sit in the car like that lady did there, I would be able to see the indicators and the wiper stalk. But unfortunately my nose would be touching the windscreen. Used to work for Mercedes-Benz, big fan of Mercedes-Benz. They usually come up with things way before anybody else, and then they filter down to the rest of the models. They usually appear on their S-Class, something like that, and then filter down to all the rest of the models, and a couple of years later the run-of-the-mill other makes start to get them. Nice to drive, nice and comfortable. Seats are a little bit built up in the base and hold you in place on the backrest. Just use the gearbox for a little bit more engine brake in there. When I started as a salesman at Mercedes-Benz, the first car I got there was a Mercedes C180 with an AMG body kit on and AMG wheels. Funnily enough, in this colour. It looked absolutely marvellous. lot of salt on the road. Just test the wipers. These seem to be pretty good. Steering and suspension's absolutely excellent on this car. Brakes are good too. I was using the saloon version of this car a few weeks ago. Very, very economical. The 7-speed gearbox is tremendous too. Front central armrest there. We've got in there an auxiliary in, and plenty of space for oddments, and it quite well padded, so nice to rest your arm on. Electric windows on the right hand side there, electric door mirrors, global locking, CD radio here, your air con controls here, parking sensors. I'm not sure whether on the front, but probably on the back. Get everything you need in Mercedes-Benz. Nothing you don't. The rear wiper switch is just, you can see from that camera, your wiper stalk's there, the wiper switch is here at 2 inches in. Again, you soon get to know when you're using it every day, but when you're like us jumping in different cars, different days, everything's different, and unless you can actually see it, you're fumbling around like I don't know what. Yeah, blade's okay on the back there, and squirting across the screen. You've got, there's a thumb wheel to adjust the rake of the seat at the bottom, the seat swab, and then you've also got height adjustment and the backrest adjustment. Those are both electric. Remote central locking. I swear nobody rings me unless I've got a camera switched on. Trip computer there shows you your average speed, average miles per gallon, how long you've been out, how far you've travelled. It's done 73,544 miles now. And here we are back at the garage. No doubt that call was from a customer.